Okay, so I opted to upgrade to the Caboose ride because I've been on many Caboxen, but I've never ridden on a Caboxen, so I have to do that. Well, hello and welcome to Hello, I am Clutch, where I am here today at the Nevada State Railroad Museum in Boulder City, just outside of Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, I am here to go to this museum, which I have never been to, and I just heard about a few days ago, so I'm excited to explore it with you for the first time. So, I know, obviously, we got some, you can see some big trains in the background. I think we can walk around and get up and close and personal with them, but also on Saturdays and Sundays, apparently you can ride some of the trains, so I'm going to see if we can do that, because today is Saturday or Sunday, so that's going to be fun. But I'm super excited about this. I love trains big and small, and I love just getting to explore new museums that involve and revolve around trains. So I'm excited to take you along with me and discover this together. So come along with me to go woo-woo, go on some trains. That was embarrassing. This is a fantastic logo right here. I love this. Because Boulder City is where the Hoover Dam is, so between the trains is the Hoover Dam. That's awesome. Anyway, we got museum hours here. It's open from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. and closed on state holidays. And apparently it's only $2 to visit the actual museum. I think actually riding the trains costs a little bit more than that, but $2 to enter, not bad. Crossing the train tracks here, it looks like you kind of just like enter. I don't know. Anyway, we want to go to the trains, but I'm so excited, I want to read the trains. So it does seem like you kind of can just walk up to these things, but I want to make sure I pay my $2. I got to figure out where that is. So it says museum display is this way, but train ride tickets is that way down there. So I'm going to go probably buy my train ticket first. From what I saw online, oh no, it's right there actually. Trains are at 10, 12, and 2, so I want to make sure I get that so I don't miss my opportunity. But then I'll kind of show you how you pay or where you pay and what the cost is of that train ride. So as we're walking to where I think we get the train tickets, this big Union Pacific engine is alive and active. You probably heard it in the opening there. But then we got this Nevada Southern Railway car, and I think this might be what we get to ride on eventually. But I just love the facade here. So we're at Boulder City, elevation 2475. And it just feels like a cute, alive little train station. So we're gonna keep going down, and it says we're here at the depot store. Tickets is this way. It says tickets 3 times there. That's why I said tickets 3 times. Looks like a little gift shop, probably gonna have to visit that eventually. But oh my gosh, there is a model railroad car. We are 100% having to visit that. Give me just a moment. Still gotta get the ticket for these train rides here. So to ride the train, here's your prices. Adults are $12, children are $6. You can also, for $40, ride in the cab, so in the engine, or for $25, you can ride in the Caboose. So that is quite a cool little thing. So having got my ticket, I've walked back to the display pavilion. I haven't seen any specific place where to pay other than this, where they have this little sign, welcome to the Nevada State Railroad Museum, and donations are greatly appreciated. So I feel like you can kind of just walk around here, but I saw online that it was $2. So I don't know if that's a suggested donation. It doesn't say it here. So this is where I'm gonna pay my $2 there, so that we can actually start enjoying this. Anyway, but before we go down that hallway, we got this humongous guy. This is a Pacific Lumber Company number 35, and it's magnificent, and it is very Back to the Future 3 in terms of how it reminds me of that movie. I make that reference all the time when I see trains like this, because I love that movie, and I love trains, and the Venn diagram crosses them over together. All right, finally, Clutch, get to it. Let's go down this fun aisle. Okay, so we got a bunch of fun things. It looks like we can, I think, climb into some of them. I see stairs at least. We got a big Union Pacific caboose here. I love when it's a yellow caboose. That's always interesting. So we can actually come experience the life in the caboose. Now there might be other people in there, so pardon me if there's a bit of a jump here. We're gonna climb in, see what's going on. Oh, I like being able to walk up. Oh, it's chilly. Oh yeah, look at that. I mean, we've seen inside cabooses before if you've been here. I don't know why I'm Clutch, but this is great. I mean, it is like a caboose. And then we'll take a little peek in the back here. This is one of the nicer Caboxen, that's right, I call them Caboxen. When you see multiple Caboose, it's a Caboxen, according to Clutch. Anyway, this is nice. I like it. It's got a little pipe stove here. You got a nice desk. This is adorable. And then across from that caboose we kind of saw before is this huge guy. This is a UPRR, Union Pacific Railroad, Baldwin built Harriman Standard. And it is also humongous and also reminds me of Back to the Future 3. So this is an Ellesmere passenger car. This is quite old. It's very wooden on the outside, which is quite neat. I think we can climb up into it as well. Again, you're learning with me. I see stairs. No, we can't quite climb into it. We can climb up to this. I see it says exit only. I did not see an actual entrance, so nothing to see there, unfortunately. Let's see if I can peek in at any point. Yeah, can't quite peek in there. It looks like it might be a guided tour situation. I'm not quite sure, but at least when you're at the caboose, you can kind of peek in at the end over here, so at least you can get somewhat of a shot inside there. So here's a sign for the railway post office. It says, see how the mail traveled by train by entering here. Okay. Yay, walking up into something. This is fun. Okay, what do we got? Oh, wow, wow, that's cool. I've never seen a train like this. So yeah, we just walked into that big yellow guy that was right there. So this is like a railway post office. You can only go so far. Can't get past there, but this is amazing. Like, look at all those boxes and like the what's the word? It's not necessarily artwork, but like the design. Like there's a little bit of stuff above the lights there to just give it a little bit of flair, a little bit of character. Maybe that's the word I was looking for. But like there's all these mail bags. This is really cool. I missed this on the way in. There's a cool safe down here. And then I guess around the corner here, there's also a toilet. This next one is very unique. I've never seen anything like this. It's called the Merci car. I guess this was a French boxcar that was a gift to the people in Nevada. Serves as a memorial to the U.S. participation in World War II. And as a thanks to relief supplies donated after the war. And it just has all these really cool emblems on it. And it's quite beautiful. It says gratitude train. That's very cool. I like that. So this big rusty guy is a dump car. So that's a fun name for that. But then we got this kind of neat industrial behemoth. I don't see a sign for this, so I can't tell you exactly what it is, but it's phenomenally monstrous. Something about it just, I love it. I love it. Time for the model train displays. I love that museums with big trains oftentimes have model trains, because I've said before in other videos I love model trains probably more.
Welcome to the Model Railroad.
Oh yes, thank you.
Please step in and see some fascinating miniature models of yesteryear.
All right, can do.
Donations are welcome to continue the all-volunteer operations.
Fantastic, okay. All right, so we got this wonderful display case here, and then let's see what's around this corner. All right, walking in, let's step around and see what we got. Nothing in motion. Just a cute display. So it's an HO scale, but I can hear stuff moving, so I think we're gonna have stuff in a second here. If you look, oh, yeah, I'm being sneaky. Got some more fun stuff on the walls here. I love this. I will say before I do this, I don't think I've ever seen a model train display in a big size train, so just that combination is wonderful. Anyway, here we go. All right. Yes, there you go. O scale for this guy. That's great. Oh, wow. Different layers. This is awesome. We got King Kong up there. This is fantastic. Oh, I love a good trolley. There are so many wonderful details in here. Like, this is great. Like, look at this big guy down here. Like, they got a little roller coaster back there. Clutch loves a good roller coaster. That trolley going around, though, is really... I love that more than almost anything. But yeah, these are big. This is wonderful. I think this is an all-volunteer operation, so that seems to be the case with a lot of model train things I see at train museums, but I think that's wonderful. I love that people have a passion for this. I do too. I just don't have the time or the money or the space to make something like this. There's little Easter eggs around here. I guess they have some superheroes kind of hiding up at the top. So that looks, I think that's Batman up there. Got a nice town here with a barber shop, the train shop, a McDonald's. This is awesome. I love this. And you got all these rock work over here. This is beautiful. Very much like a mining town. Man, I could stand here. This is usually there's so much more of a barrier between like you and the trains. So the fact that there is none and you can be like right up next to it is wonderful, because you can kind of like with model trains, sometimes you can kind of smell them. Like they make kind of like, you know, electrical smells as they're going around. So this is just, it's great to be this close. Don't got too much motion on the top layer, but we got Maggie's Saloon right here, which is nice. And then this kind of some fun kind of passenger cars. I like these. They just look very classic and timely. I just like the decor here, not decor, like the scenery, the nature elements of this is done very, very well. So like even looking over here in the way back, they use the drawing in the back to like basically merge into the actual physical set. So you got a drawing of an actual waterfall that becomes a physical waterfall, which gets into the lake there. And I love that, the layering here and the attention to detail. That's pretty great. Got a little bit of an old west town in the back here, but I was informed that in the back here, if you can see that, there's someone being kicked out of a saloon. That's, again, just a wonderful little touch. So I think I kind of mentioned that this works off of donations a little bit to help it keep going, and I am a big appreciator of this, so definitely got to give a little bit of something to that. So just gonna put that, it's hard to show, there you go. Boop. All right, fantastic. I'm happy to support model railroads and railroad endeavors all day long. And then there's this little storage area back here, but the reason I love this is I love the old Lionel boxes, the orange with kind of the cream and blue, just that, the design, just, I love that. And that's the end of the model railroad portion of the tour. Looks like I think that's most of what we can do. Just want to quickly give you a better look of that model railroad car. So this is the outside of where we just were in that, where the model railroad was. So it's all inside this long thing here. And it even says on the car on the side there, model railroad, that's hard to say, model railroaders. So anyway, yeah, so it's in that whole thing. That was really cool. But anyway, it's almost time to go on the train. So I think that's gonna be where we're going next. Okay, so I opted to upgrade to the Caboose ride because I've been on many Caboxen, but I've never ridden on a Caboxen, so I have to do that. But I have to tell you something. The people at the ticket counter were the nicest people in the world. They did not charge me to upgrade. They just said, go ahead. And so that, I just want to give a special shout out to this place. That was incredibly special and nice of them to not do that. I don't try to do that as like a tactic or anything. I did not expect to do that. I just changed my mind later. But I just want to say very special thank you to the people here at the Railroad Museum, to the Nevada Railroad Museum, because that's very nice of them. So thank you so much. I am so excited to go ride on this. So let's head inside.
Both of them are good.
Okay, we're allowed to go up?
There's rules.
Which is the best side to go up?
That's going to be up to you. This is the mountain side and this is the valley side. That's all I'm going to say.
We do stop briefly.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you can get down.
So you can switch.
That is true.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, halfway down you can ride on one and then
So you can do both sides. Okay. I'm gonna try starting on mountainside, I think.
Okay, there's rules
So I
on
climbed up this thing, well, on this side, but it climbed up this. So I'm now sitting up at the top of the Caboose, which I've done on a stationary and still is stationary, never when it's in motion. So this will be the mountainside that I guess we'll get for this thing. Well, I'm backwards right now, I might switch sides, but anyway, and then that's the valley side. I'll probably switch to that on the way back to get some views of those. Oh man, this is so exciting. So I switched seats, so I'll be going forward now. But anyway, you can see the front of the train going this way. This is fantastic. You're just so high up. You know, I never think about that. When you're on a train, usually you're a little bit higher, but when you're at the top of a Caboose, that's the whole point. You can see farther. And now I'm moving, and I'm this excited. Just wait till we're moving and I have some random gibberish to say. I'm hearing sounds, and I'm feeling motion. I think we're on our way. Ooh. Not much to see here. Hope you enjoyed these rain gutters. Alright, our journey is starting to speed up. Still only seeing things I've seen, so hopefully soon I'll start to see things I haven't seen. Ooh, 3 the trains! And we're at our first crossing. I don't know how many crossings there are, but that's the first one! So I haven't really picked up much in the speed department, but you're getting some nice views of the mountains in the background there. I know that when it comes to nature shots on the camera, it never does it justice. But it really is quite vast out here, because again, we're right at Boulder City. Like, you know, it's basically desert country, but it's still still a really cool view. So I'm not even sure how long this entire ride is gonna be. So I'm excited to see just how much we get to do on this. Ooh, we're bouncing. Oh gosh, we're bouncing. Okay, I'm embellishing. This is the actual amount of bouncing. It's not that much, but it was more than nothing. I was given permission to open the window, and now it's windy, and it feels nice. Breeze. Breeze on my fingers, wind. Breeze away. So it does seem like the speed never truly increases, but we are at least beating these bikers. Haha! Eat our dust, bikers. Eat it with a tall glass of milk, because eating dust is not really great for your digestion. I guess neither is milk. What is this joke? Getting a little closer to the mountains here. You can kind of see them out the front as well, over there. I think something just about trains, specifically like train rides, that I love so much is just how it gives you such a unique, different perspective. When you get to ride on rails in any capacity, you really just get to like get closer to certain things that just roads don't get you. Sometimes hikes don't even get you. And so just, I don't know, train rides will never not be fun to me. And I'm glad I can take you along with me on train rides like this, so you're welcome. Oh, I like this. You can kind of see the train making a curve over here. So we're having to take it a little slower. This is fun though. I don't know, I like seeing the way the train curves around the bend there so you can see more of the train. So for if you were doing this not in the Caboose, you can kind of see, you can be kind of this open air car over there. It actually is very similar to the car that I rode when I went on the steam train in the Redwood Forest in Santa Cruz. You can watch that video right about, that was a good video on a fun train through the Redwoods, but very similar car there, so I just wanted to point that out. But this is just, I don't know, the curve. It's interesting how slow it has to go. I feel like this is a very leisurely ride, let's say. Not sure how well you're hearing that, but that's our train horn, letting people know, oh, we is a-coming. He's up there, he's saying, hey, we're on the train and we're coming to get you. And I can't make it focus as hard as I try. All right, let's see what's after these rocks. It is more rocks. Eat our dust and have a glass of milk. So on the other side, you can kind of see this kind of trench thing there. That's the highway. So far, we are basically traveling back on the route that I drove to get here. Oh, here we go. We're going over a bridge now. Oh, look at this. We're going over that highway. Oh, wow. Sorry about the wind, but it's cool with it. Look at it. Oh, and you can hear it. And we're going over the highway. That's a little too much wind. Okay. Wow. You can still see just fine. That's great. That is awesome. I love that. Oh, I love the interactions between different modes of transportation. Being on the train is cool. It is squeaky. You hear those? About squeaky wheels? If we're braking? I'm really not sure. It's loud. Gonna have to cut the clip. All right, I'm gonna do my best here, but way in the distance now. Way in the distance. Way in the distance. That is all Las Vegas over there. So it's neat to see with my eyes. I can just make out the Strat way on the right side over here. That's a little bit more obvious, but otherwise, yeah, that's cool. You can see the Las Vegas kind of city skyline from here. So that's an awesome view. Okay, so after about 20-25 minute ride, we stopped. We're paused right where we just saw that nice view of the city skyline. I can't say it now because I have switched sides. So I was on the mountain side before. I'm now on the valley side, which is currently also a mountain side, but we'll get back to the valley in a second. But what's fun about the way back is now, because of how it works, we're literally going backwards, or back the way we came. So now we are the front of the train. So instead of being pulled, we're now being pushed. And so we'll get a view out the front of the train. So that's really cool. So here's a little zoom in for you just to kind of see what we can see currently. We're going back across that big bridge that was over the highway pretty much first thing, and we're going back. Okay, we are now being pushed along. So you can see we're moving. but there's no engine in front, so we are being pushed. I mean, railway engines are just like engineering feats. Like I can't begin to fathom how people figure that out. They're smarter than me, I'll tell you that. Yeah, being out the front here and kind of having an unobstructed view, it's like being on the front row of a roller coaster. It's just so cool to see like exactly where you're going. And I guess what the Caboose people have to do here is maybe call out if something's off the track or something and radio back to the front. So I was thinking, how would the people see what's going on? Oh, that's cool. I don't know if you just saw that though. Oh my God, the arms of the crossing just went down. Oh my God, that guy's gonna run across the tracks behind. Wow. Yeah, seriously. Guy, what are you thinking? And well, that's fun. So now the horn's at the front here, and so you can hear it super well. I just had to yell along with that horn a lot longer than I expected. I'm sorry. Also, thank you for still being here. Oh, now we can see what that bridge looked like as we went over it. Look at this, this is cool. Oh, let me try to get up there. Wow. This is fun. I mean, if you weren't looking over the side, you'd barely even notice that we're on a bridge here. But of course, there's a lot of traffic going on below it. It's like being at a Chicago oasis. Actually, it reminds me a lot of when I went to the Archway Museum off of I-80 in Kearney, Nebraska. That's a fun video as well that you can watch right about meow. So again, we're just going back the way we came, but having the ability to look forward. I could have looked behind me the whole time before, but like as we're going forward, it's fun to see. So like as we're going through like this sort of pass here, I like that. It's not quite a tunnel, it's more like a trough. But I still enjoy being able to see as we're going through something, and you know, oops, just again, I guess because we're going around a corner. Oh no, we're approaching an actual crossing. Hence the horn. I was gonna say, okay. I was going to say. Oh my gosh. Okay, well I'll say it in a sec. I was going to say. I like when we're going around corners and turns where you can't exactly see where you're going to be next, so it's kind of just fun to see that reveal. Oh my gosh, that horn is really doing a good job of making safety protocols exist. So now they're on the valley side. Let's see, I'm going to try to open the window here. There we go, there we go. You're allowed to open the window on the valley side, I was told, at all times. So, the valley side, like, this is something that I think is really cool about. Oh yeah, he's gonna honk while I'm trying to talk again. The southwest of America has just such vast open areas, and I love when you can see really far, like this, but then you also see like roads, like going for what feels like forever, and it looks like there's nothing except the road. And I just think that is just a very fascinating visual, because it looks like it's going nowhere, but yet I think a lot of people are using this to cut through the state to get to wherever they're going next. And I just find that really cool, just seeing this amount of like sky and space from this distance, and obviously being up on the Caboose helps you see that. So just appreciation for, you know, road infrastructure and geological features living in relative harmony. So we're at the point where basically it's just a very long straight shot back, so you can really see far. And I didn't get it on camera quite, but there's a crossing coming up, and it was fun. People were going past it, and just to kind of see that, even though we're going super slow, and so it's not super dangerous, it's still kind of fun to see people crossing the tracks from the perspective of the train. Because that's, again, as I kind of mentioned earlier, that's the different perspective is what's so much fun about riding a train. And so just to kind of like see the train crossing from the train side of things just gives me a little bit of childlike joy. Man, it's just so vast. It makes me feel so insignificant. Well, I always feel insignificant. Just more so now. Rollin', rollin', rollin'. This train keeps on rolling. I am gonna keep rolling my film. Hit 'em up, get at it. Hide. Get him up, slap your mama. It's a pork. Everyone, gotta go. Get him in rawhide. I got a picture of a bird here. Look at this bird. I got a bird. Look at the bird. Look at my bird. I can't believe I got that. I don't think that showed up as well on camera, but it was cool. As we're heading back towards the mountains here, it is quite nice. It's really just kind of peaceful the way it's like gently rocking back and forth. You get a really cool view of the mountains in the distance. And it's just seeing the tracks like as it's going is just, it's really nice. Looks like we're slowing down a bit here for some reason. Maybe they're gonna switch the tracks, I'm not sure, but there looks like there's like a kind of a yard house here where it's some stuff. But yeah, we're stopping. I'm not sure why. Well, they did not explain to me why we were slowing down. We slowed down and then we started right back up again. But anyway, looks like we're basically almost back. We're approaching, but what's kind of cool on the valley side now is that you can very much see Boulder City in the distance. It's not even that far away, it's just right there. You can see Boulder City as we're coming in. So it's just kind of fun to like be ending your journey but then approaching a town. And so I'm loving this. This was a nice little ride. But here's one cool thing. Look at that. It's like a geodesic dome building. It's a mini Epcot. And making our final approach back to the station to conclude a journey there and back again. What am I, a hobbit? And that was a fun little ride on a caboose. I've never ridden in a caboose. That was great. That was so much fun. So it was about 20 minutes each way. It was like just an out and back. It was about 45 minutes total. That was a lot of fun. I'll be very honest though. I will say like the ride itself was nothing special in terms of like what you saw or where you went, but it was definitely, riding in the caboose definitely is what made this 100% worth it. I would recommend if you come here doing the caboose for that perspective, because that was a lot of fun. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me here at the Nevada Railroad Museum. I know that's not the full name of it. I forget the full name of it, but it's close enough. Anyway, this was a wonderful little place. The fact that it is basically $2 to come here, that's not a bad deal. I mean, again, it's pretty small. There's not a lot here compared to some other railroad museums I've been to, but it's still for basically being on the side of the road and being that simple is nice. Like, you get to still climb in a couple trains, you get to see the model trains, but if you want to come here for the train rides, again, those were like $12 for adults. I think it was $6 for kids is what I said. So that it's still a very nice, fun thing to do. But if you did enjoy this video, I do have others very much like this because I do love trains. So if you want to see all my videos that have trains involved with them, where I qualified it if there's at least one train in the video, so it's like other railroad museums, it's sometimes amusement parks, sometimes where we go in just a train there. I have a whole list of those fun videos right here. Those are good to watch. But if you're here because you're looking for fun stuff to do in the Las Vegas area, I actually have a whole playlist for that as well. That list is here. A lot of great stuff in there as well. Hopefully I'll see you in one of those pretty soon, but until then, I will say goodbye. I am still Clutch.